This is recording. I will quickly get a marker. Ooh, it's
Fast, professional as.
It's a big wave, yeah.
You don't have the budget yet for that.
No. I mean, could make one, but apparently those fucking things are like $100, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's a bootlegger, bro.
Well, you know, I am Asian. Everything I do and
It's bootleg, yeah.
It's all bootleg, bro. It's made in fucking Asia. The only thing that makes it not bootleg is because it's official, and you bought it at Emporium, you know.
Emporium. You bought it at Maya and David Jones.
Right, but if you bought it at Vic Market, then it's fucking bootleg.
Bro, everything's bootleg at Vic Markets.
Yeah.
The guy that sells you the leather jacket that's too boxy for you.
Yeah.
But it fits you.
Yeah.
I was like, no, it doesn't. It's like, no, it does.
Yeah. It's a cunt. Even Ugg boots are bootleg, you know. Even that's made in Australia, it's bootleg.
Fucking hell.
Man,
You're cooked, man.
you're cooked, bro. That's what happens when you have pho at like 9 a.m. in the morning, bro.
True. Bro, your dog's scratching again, man.
Come on, Haru. Come here, Prince Harry.
He just wants to be part of the podcast.
Yeah.
See? She's gonna hump your leg, bro. So
No, this one doesn't hump.
no,
It only
it's
humps other dogs.
only humps when no one's around you.
Man, you should see her and the other one, the other bitch. They all do 69ers.
Hey, bro, whatever you teach them, bro, all good.
Nah,
All
bro,
good.
that's not me. They taught
They
me.
taught each other. Okay, oh, they
They
taught you.
taught me
They
that.
taught you. Fuck.
Yeah, I got the idea from them.
Fuck.
It's like, oh, that
Yeah,
looks
don't
pretty
go near
good.
me, eh? Just came here just to hang out, not to do anything else, eh?
That's why there's a coffee table between us, bro.
It's to protect me. Yeah. Cool,
No,
cool.
it's to protect me
I'm just-
from you. Yeah? You know, I'm the victim here. You know?
What's
I
that
can't-
film? It's like I'm not locked in here with you. You're locked in here with me.
What's that
Was it
film?
Shawshank?
Oh, yeah.
I think so,
Yeah.
yeah.
I haven't seen
That's
it in
that.
ages.
Yeah, I haven't seen it either.
Yo, shit. Funny you bring it up, but...
Yeah, I know, man. I just remember that from someone talking about it. I'm like, man, I don't feel good about it right now.
Hey, speaking of which, fucking Morgan Freeman. Remember that period of time where it was just everything was Morgan Freeman?
Still
Like,
is.
You reckon?
Nah, he's not around
No,
anymore.
not like
Nah, when he was like voice acting everything.
everything. Yeah.
And then he takes the piss on himself in later films when he's like, I'm the voice actor Morgan Freeman.
Yeah. And he's even
He's
at
a
the
mad
beginning
guy.
of Dave Chappelle's first special on Netflix.
Yeah.
You know?
Fuck.
But
I
even-
haven't seen his new one yet, but yeah.
Yeah, the new one's pretty hectic. He goes in, man.
I've seen the one where he's like, I'll sprinkle some crack. And he's like the old one.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
classic
yeah.
one, yeah.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle's a hectic dude. He's next level, man. But he's got a point, you know? PC culture and all that. You know? I'm sure a lot of the new school cats just really dislike his shit because of what
too
he says.
offensive.
It's too offensive.
But it's everything now, though. Not even like comedians.
True. Yeah, this is true.
It's like no matter what you say, it gets taken out of context.
Yeah.
That that probably just offended a few people right now.
Yeah.
Or the 3 people watching.
Yeah. What do you mean? The minus 3
Yeah, the
people
minus-
watching? Minus 3 people watching, man. Thank you to the minus 3 people.
Legit. Like, this is probably
Oh.
going to piss off some people now. Because it's old gold. It's like gold. Nah, it has to be white. You know, some shit like that. You know.
Yeah. Some weird politically correct
Yeah.
shit.
It could be other colours. I'm just saying white. Because, yeah.
But you know what's funny, man? I always thought, look, just if you're going to be literal with words, yeah? Because that's really what a lot of people are being scrutinized for. And then if not, then the background attached to that, yeah? But how can you all be so politically correct if you're not politically involved? Yeah? That's a real shit, right? Like,
Yeah.
think about it. Like, oh, you want to be politically correct, but do you know what the politics of saying that actually involves, you know, or what kind of politics happens behind the scenes so that this laws are in place, you know? Apparently, and I'm not hating anyone in the communities, yeah? Like, as a disclaimer, I have friends in certain communities, yeah? And they're all pretty cool, and I can chop it up with them like this, but even they tell me you can't say that shit around, you know, certain people, and we're all careful of that. But it's almost like with the whole the equal marriage thing, which I'm all about. That's not the issue. The issue is, and this isn't new news. This is old news. This is why this Jordan Peterson guy from Canada. Have you heard of that guy? Jordan's yeah, look him up, man. He's pretty sick. But he had an issue with Canada making that law because not equal marriage, but that he had to actually address people by their gender. You know.
Oh, so as in like Mr., Mrs.
And then whatever else there is.
Yeah, okay.
And he's a psychologist and he has clients apparently that are like that. Not like that, it sounds fucked up. Like that, you know, but that you know, identify.
Yeah.
You know, with a certain gender. And his whole reason, and it makes sense, is when the government passes a law like that, then that allows them to change all these other laws. So apparently,
the precedence sets it for the next things
thing,
they want to change,
and then there's like a chain reaction. So what's happened with like the equal marriage? What people don't understand about Australia's politics, and I'm not I don't study politics, but I talk to people who do.
Yeah.
They've changed. I think they had to change 20 laws until they could change that equal marriage
in Australia.
Yeah, that's why that's why the votes were really needed.
Yeah, to sort of sway
it, and then that then pretty much says, unbeknownst to the people who are about the actual moral of the change, you know, is that now everyone's going to get fucked up in the ass because of that.
Dang, I did not know that.
That's the depth of it, you know what I mean?
Fair.
But who gives a fuck, really?
You voted yes, that's all I know.
You know,
it's crazy about because like you know that, but I've been so far removed from it. Not because like personally or like because I'm not like I don't identify as like you know being gay or homosexual, but it's more like I have friends that are like that, but I don't follow that shit.
Yeah.
It's like there's so much shit that I don't follow because I'm not involved in it. That I'm just like, oh yeah, cool. Like I support like equality and all that. Like cool, love is love, but it's like I don't look that shit up, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, exactly. And then, but then the problem is, then some cunt's gonna hammer you. Oh,
yeah,
you fucking
it's like, fuck, you should have like looked it up. You fucking ignorant piece of shit. And I'm like, fuck, I'm not even looking at marriage right now, bro. Like, chill. Like, shit. Like you do you, but like, fuck. Okay, if I'm gonna get like scrutinized for that, it's like you could scrutinize someone else, man.
Exactly.
Like I'm just doing my thing.
I think what it comes down to is, I think those people who are ultra proactive about that stuff, they just. What irks me is, unfortunately, some of these dudes who are real proactive, they're actually assholes.
Yeah. Well, that's like what we're talking about. Like, I think the only thing I can think about that I can relate to is like people who are vegan.
Oh, really?
Right? Or vegetarian, right? Someone who's like, and like, I'm trying to reduce meat that I'm eating, you know? Meat. So I'm trying to like reduce my meat intake, like beef and like trying to like cut down. Like eat more greens and fruit, veg, whatever, and all that. But it's like it's the people that are like, no, you're a fucking murderer. You're a fucking modern day Hitler for eating, you know, beef. It's like, bro, fucking chill. Like shit. Like, don't force your shit on me. You know, I'm doing my thing. You doing your thing. Just don't force that shit. Or it's like when people are like religion. Yeah, you should take my religion, and then they force that shit on you, and you're just like, nah, man, like. Nah.
How about you come over here? Come over here. You come over here, and I'll give you my religion. Cooked. It's like God already speaks.
It's like that, yeah. But it's like that, right? Like, so it's like I get if you want to proactively support, like, let's say for example, it is like, you know, gay marriage or you know equality in some sort of manner, or even you like your diet or whatever you were doing. Just don't force it down people's throats.
Yeah.
Like, there's a way to protest it or, like, actively support shit or, like, give attention to it.
Yeah.
Without pissing off every single person that you come across.
Exactly. Who's the dictator? You know, you're Hitler because you're you're eating animals, or them because they're fucking trying to police you and say that anyone who does what you do is evil.
But at the same time, you are aware of it. It's like, fuck, that guy's a dickhead. But now I know about the topic.
Yeah, now he's got a point.
So now it works.
Yeah.
But just don't do it.
You know what's funny, bro? Do you know Creators Lounge in Footscray?
Yeah, are they still there?
Yeah, they're still there. So in the early days,
aren't they something new now?
Oh, maybe they are. I don't know. But you know what I'm talking about. The one
the one that Gian
did Pass the Buck.
Oh, shout out to DJ Antagonize.
Oh, shout out to DJ Antagonize. That's where I need this. Like,
we don't have the budget yet, but it's all
we
good.
We just didn't set it up. You know? We should do that, actually. That's a good idea. We're going to use that for the next one. But
I'm going to try and find it, because I swear they've changed their name.
Yeah, we walked near it today for
Oh yeah, we were.
but
Yeah.
we didn't take a look. But check this. They I don't know if the place now still has the barber
Oh, at the back. Yeah,
yeah.
true.
and
Oh,
so
bro, it's called Chips Loft now.
Chips Loft.
Yeah, I just looked it up.
Chips Loft.
Yeah, because Lowell's DGAF creatives thing with AJ and all that.
Was there too.
Yeah, it was there, and I remember they tagged the place, but yeah, at Chips Loft.
Chips Loft.
It's renamed now.
They must have chips. We should go and try the chips there one day. But bro, so my brother-in-law and some mutual friends used to get their haircuts there, and there was another barber there. Yeah, tall. I think he was he was Slavic background. Yeah, so he had like dark brown like beard, tailored. You know, and then he dressed real hip hop but basketball style. You know, like
jerseys.
Yeah, jerseys, New Era cap, shorts, sometimes the skins, sick kicks, right? And I had no idea for the longest time. Because especially with the way the other barber that used to work there, shout outs to Johnny, by the way, he's like, I think he's part Jamaican, you know? But he just, the shit that came out of his mouth was fucking crazy. Really, a bloke's bloke. You know?
Yeah, no filter.
No filter, yeah? Anyway, had no idea that the other barber was gay, right? But they were cool to work with each other, whatever. Then we came out, I spoke to management, and the other barber came out, and he goes, you know what's funny? I go, what's that? He goes, we just came back from the gay parade to celebrate the passing of the law. The equal marriage thing, yeah? And he goes, this lady come up to me and my partner and say, excuse me, you guys aren't supposed to be here. And he goes, why not? He goes, because you're not gay. And he goes, excuse me, this is my boyfriend. How can we not be welcome here? She goes, oh, that's all right then. And she just judged them because they were like all hip-hopped out. You know, like, you know, imagine.
Because they didn't dress like typical what
might be considered gay, you know? And then when I heard that, there was this fucking laugh in my head, you know? Like the hypocrisy of it all, you know? It's like you'd meant to do it about equality, and then now she's discriminating them because they don't look gay.
But wouldn't you want anyone to be there to support what you're doing? Then
that's exactly like the hypocrisy of it, you know? So it's like, it goes to show.
Like, can you support me, but don't be there? Actually, no, that's like a lot of things now anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'll be there, bro.
No.
Okay, that's weird.
And so it's really like, whatever this culture is called, it's like there's this thing where people get all up in arms about a certain cause, but right deep down to the core, they're not really about that. They're fulfilling some other thing. Like, oh yeah, you know, like we are victorious because we are the victim, or whatever. It's like we're all victims of some shit, you know.
But just don't make it a thing.
Don't rub it in my face, bitch. You know, like fucking hell. Like, well, I'm not going there and going, yeah, I'm fucking super depressed, huh? I'm anxious.
Give me pity.
You know, like give me pity, you know. and then when things go my way, like let's say they pass a fund that now there's fucking $1 million of funding.
There's a pity fund, yeah.
Yeah, a pity fund, and then rub it in your face. Yeah, cop this, cunt. You know, like that's fucking whack, hey. You know, that's
that's whack.
That's fucking whack, bro. 0 to 100 real quick.
Far out, man. We had fur, and now we're just talking about equality.
Bro, it's because, bro, you know, the reason why we are getting so fucking hectic is because that's some Hitler shit we just ate, bro. The meat was still raw, you know, the poor animal was slaughtered, and we would, like, sip in its juices of blood and bone and mixed with aniseed and clover, and then we killed the poor vegetables that went in it. They didn't even get skinned, man. The onions didn't even get skinned.
They were pickled, bro.
They weren't even as in the broth.
Oh, the broth
yeah,
one.
Even
Sorry,
the carrots. They just chucked them whole.
There's no carrots.
In there. Isn't there carrots?
Nah, bro. You just offended all the Vietnamese people.
No, man, mate.
No. Put tongue in the more.
Yeah, that's exactly. No, you know what? For real, but think about it like this, yeah. All right, Footscray.
Carrots, bro.
Scumshine.
Foot's crazy.
Foot's crazy. St. Alban with a S. Springvale. Richmond. Dandenong. Where else are you Viet cunts fucking located?
Deer Park.
Deer Park,
bro. That's another one.
Like, the main centres though, like Footscray.
The main ones that
right?
you can think of, yeah.
And then you go eat there, you go shopping there. What if at school it was an elective to learn Vietnamese?
Like learn
the language.
Sure.
You know, like I know.
I mean, there's places that do it, but like, I think most people growing up, it's like what you either learn Italian, French, or Japanese, yeah,
German, Indonesian, But I've never seen Vietnamese.
Yeah.
Right.
True.
And then imagine, bro, like you then go and you're looking, like let's just say, because in St. Albans there was some bullshit about Africans and Vietnamese at a first spot I go to, and it was.
That's your crew, but yeah.
No, it's your crew. Nah, it was our crews. Yeah.
I'm not even like from those areas,
like
bro. I'm like from like the freaking Croatian, Italian places, bro.
Yeah. I mean, that was what St. Albans used to be.
Yeah, true.
You know, there's still some Croatians and Serbians and that back in in the area.
Not like Footscray, Maribyrnong.
But not Footscray.
That's where I'm at. Yeah.
But just I'll like basically our distant relatives. You know. Let's just say your distant relatives are the African dudes and mine are the Vietnamese, yeah?
Makes sense, totally.
Look how hip-hop you are, man.
Yeah, man.
You know, you're so hip-hop right now. That's fucked up. It's a joke. Fucking relax, cunts, yeah?
I'm fucking offended.
But, hey, think about this, right? What if the old men... Let's just say, okay? Because the Africans get a bad rap, yeah? Because there are unfortunately... the few individuals that are giving the rest of their communities a bad rap, and they've been categorized as one group of people.
100%.
You know, like back in the day, didn't matter you're Vietnamese, that I'm fucking brown Chinese, but we're all Chinese.
You're still Asian or Chinese.
Yeah, we're all
categorized as one.
It's like, oh, so Oliver, what part of China are you from? You know?
It's like,
have you heard of Vietnam?
Oh, which part of China is that from? It's like, wow, okay, let's go.
Fucking, and it's an ignorance and it's fucked. But hey, man, like it's not like you got the smartest people living around here, you know?
Yeah,
like,
no, bad.
So don't have a bit of empathy for them.
But then that's media, you know what I mean? Like they portray like, and mind you, I got mates who are African, Sudanese, and like from Ghana and all that stuff too. And
same.
As sad as it sounds, it's literally because of the color of their skin.
Exactly.
I mean, mind you, it was like that if you were like, I remember mum and dad telling me like growing up, it's like in Australia when they migrated here, it was like that when they got here because people feared what was different.
Exactly.
So right now it's like, because now everyone's on the social media and news is all the thing nowadays that people watch. It's like as soon as one person stuffs up, let's say, and you always hear about it, it's always like an African, someone of like colored skin. The first assumption you always know that people think, oh yeah, it's someone like who's got brown skin or black skin.
Yeah.
That's sad. But I mean, it's one person that ruins the rep for everyone else. Exactly. But then that happens on border security for fucking all the Vietnamese people, man. Yeah, fucking Trung over here trying to sneak in 3 kilos of fucking fish eggs, and he's like, I got no food. It's like, uncle, what are you doing, bro? There's like all food. But that's what I mean. Like now everyone's like, oh yeah, well, it's always the Asian people that always bring in shit.
See that.
But it's just like one person.
Look,
that gets televised.
No, that's exactly right. And like, to their defense. Yeah. Motherfucker, why are you fucking importing that shit from Vietnam? I know it's the shit because
it's good.
It's good.
Not fish eggs, but like, just anything in
general. It's good food, right? But it's like, fucking I'm sure your cousin's cousin, or even your older brother has got a business, like in St. Albans. Why don't you just start your sick fish egg farm here? It's because you can't grow those fishes.
No.
It's a different kind of... It's a different kind of thing, you know
fish
what I mean?
Eggs, nice.
That's why the people bring it back from another country, you know? And border security here is the reason because apparently, biodiversity, harmony and shit, they don't want to ruin that.
Yeah, which is fair.
Which is fair enough.
But then it's always like the same person fucking it up, which is the Vietnamese guy.
Yeah. Well, like...
It's like, do you have food? No, but then it's like stuffed in the side of your luggage into the shoes of the socks and you're like, yeah, he's definitely hiding something. Yeah. It's like, I didn't know it was there. My uncle packed it for me. It's
that's why it's like, did you pack this bag?
Yeah, and they're like, oh, I didn't understand. Like, that's why you have to tick yes. Oh, what?
Yeah, fuck, he would have been wrapped though if he got through.
Bro,
imagine how many people get through.
Bro, can you imagine his relatives being like, yes. Well, we're good for the next week or two, you know? Now they're shitting themselves. It's like, fuck, we can't get it here.
Yeah. And that's when they tighten those border security laws, you know. But
on that topic,
on that topic, right? Let's just say, that these African kids, right?
It doesn't have to be African too.
Yeah, but let's just talk about that particular situation. So instead of them throwing like teacups and chairs at, you know, like the whole restaurant throwing all their expensive furniture at two African dudes, what if, right? Because I heard from a Vietnamese dude, from this area, one of my mates. He's just like, bruh, if anything, man, those dudes would have said some gangster shit to those African kids, and then they would have taken offense.
True.
You know, I mean, because, like, fucking, that's their hood. And, of course, they're like, who the fuck are these cunts, you little shit? You know?
Why are you starting shit?
So they would be like that because they own the joint, man. And, like, those dudes who are playing the chess. Yeah, they're on some gangster shit. You look at those dudes and you look at what they're wearing, and some of them drive some hectic cars. You're like...
Oh, yeah, they're just chilling. They're just doing their thing, but just don't mess them up.
Yeah, they're just some OG gangsters, you know?
But that's the thing, like, people cause shit. Like, I remember, like, my mate, like, it's like, because of our race, some guy came up to us and he's like... Mind you, like, I don't try to start shit, but my mate was, like, ready to go, right? So what happened, right? We were just, like, walking. It's, like, late at night near Crown.
Yeah.
And we're just chilling. He's having a ciggy. And this guy comes up, and he's, like, walking past. Oh, hey, guys. Oh, konnichiwa. And just does this. And my mate's like, konnichiwa, fuck off. We're not fucking Japanese, you fucking racist shit. And then I'm just like, fuck, man, this guy causes a fight right now. It's 1:30 in the morning. I'm just trying to get home right now, man. Like, but it's shit like that the ignorance of people think it's a joke. That's how shit starts, because it's like someone says something, kicks off, and then what gets portrayed, it's like the guy that threw the first punch or started shit. It's like, but not the guy that's, you know, like, instigated the fight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's hard. It's really hard. I can't be taking any sides on this. It's kind of like, it's wrong, but then there's a reason why these dudes say that shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's it comes down from, like, goes back to home.
Yeah,
you know,
100%.
Goes back to their schooling.
Upbringings, right? So they always say it's like young people that are, like, causing shit, right?
Yeah.
And, like, I think I'm glad that, like, especially my mate David, like, he does youth work stuff, and then, you know, I've been able to be involved in some projects with it as well and volunteer stuff. And it's literally because they're bored.
Yeah.
Most of the time, like, they got nothing else to do, so they just hang around with each other. And the only thing they can do is cause shit.
Yeah.
Unless they have an outlet or a place where they can actually be like, all right, I'm gonna put my energy and time into this. Something like dance or like something like, I don't know, like art, sport, anything like that to get them off the streets. Not even off the streets, but to use their time more effectively than to cause shit.
Exactly right, man. It's the thing is, right, the thing with Australian culture, bro, the one thing that's still around, but I don't know, I haven't been out, but when we were younger, we used to call people Larrys. Yeah, it was one of our disses, Oh, fucking look at this Larry cunt. You know? Larry, because Larry...
Shout out to all the Larrys.
All the Larrys, man, you know? Shout out to the Larricans, you know? Like one crew we always battled from Gold Coast. They were full Larricans. Like Skill at Will. Shout out to Skill at Will.
Yeah, I know them. They're fucking fresh, bro.
Yeah, they're good. They're actually good, you know? And we built that rapport over those years. But they were one of the scene's biggest Larrys. They still are.
Was you, like, Fresh Socks or you
when we were battling heavily as Fresh Socks.
Oh, Fresh Socks, yeah. Cool.
So they were one of our, like, top rivals, you know? And we have I at least, you know, I can't speak for everybody in the crew, but I'm pretty sure most people in the crew too, we all have a good rapport with each other because we're older people now. You know, that was all, it might have been heated back in the day and maybe to the point of beef if it went there, but it never did.
Yeah.
You know,
it was all just like for the culture and like of breaking.
Yeah, we were just all just repping ourselves, which is the difference now. I think people rep some other bullshit instead of repping themselves truly, you know.
Veganism.
Yeah. But hey, back to the point. What if these African kids got dissed in Vietnamese, right, by these old men, and then they talk back in Vietnamese? It's like, what would you call me that? You know?
Fuck.
Like, I can speak Vietnamese too. You know?
Yo, that'd be crazy.
Then these dudes would... I'm pretty sure these old men would trip out. And then what if they're like, oh, these cunts are all right. You know? And it's like, hey, do you guys ever play chess? Come join us. And then all of a sudden you're seeing like
chest blows up, bro.
You're seeing all these 50-year-old Vietnamese men
playing with
like
these...
having ciggies in a no smoking area in front of a restaurant, and then there's two like random young African kids like, you know, like on some like searching for Bobby Fischer shit in San Francisco. It's like, yeah, and then there's a fucking Chinese chess championship, and there's like these sick Viet dudes, and then two African dudes. It's like it's all right, they're with us.
Yeah.
And then imagine what would happen there, man. You know, and then they're like, oh, come on, you know, like, you know, like, and then like, or they're playing, and then the OG drops this fucking gangster move, puts him in a checkmate, and then the African kid goes, ooh,
no, man. Fucking hell.
That's the world that could be a reality in our near future.
That could be. I mean, mind you, people are learning different languages and fucking traveling all over the world now, being more, you know, in different communities. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if, you know, I walk down the street in 20, 30 years if I'm still on this planet or this earth. But it's like, I walk up and this guy just starts talking, man, like Chinese to me, but I'm not Chinese. But then I'll probably understand it if, you know, where the world works. It's like, cool, we all speak one language or like multiple languages.
Multiple
it's like,
languages.
Yeah. That'd be mad.
That'd be pretty sick.
Yeah.
But then it'll probably get even more hectic because then there's mad disses that you could start.
Bro, it'll be so confusing because you know, like what my most Asian families will do, right? If you're trying to like bargain with someone, talk shit, you'll talk in your own language in front of them.
Yeah.
So can you imagine they understood it? You're like, oh fuck.
Bro, yeah. Just imagine that. It's just like, how much for this? For you.
Yeah, so use this and then
for you $10. And then
I tell you,
they say some shit in Vietnamese.
Yeah, I'll tell you like, fuck, it's too expensive, bro. And then he's like, no, it's not expensive. It's like, oh shit, he caught us. You know, like
nah, that's what I'm saying, man. And then people are actually forced to be a bit more transparent.
True.
You know, or find other ways to hide it, you know what I mean? Imagine that world, bro. That'd be a trippy world.
Invent a new language, bro.
Oh yeah, man.
The new word language, bro. That's what it's gonna be.
Yeah, start, you know, doing like the gang signs, like, you know. But you know what's interesting, bro? You know that drill crew from Mount Druitt 1-4. You know, too many ops in here.
Oh yeah.
Drill, yeah. Like their latest music video. No, it's not the latest. I just seen the latest remix
of it
by Spell, DJ Spell. But it's been shot like it's a movie, but he's rapping.
I don't think I've seen it.
Yeah. And no. So I'm pretty sure this main cat from 1-4 is Samoan. Yeah?
Samoan, yeah.
And then he rocks up to this corner of a street in Mount Druitt, and he's talking to he starts rapping, and just talking to. I haven't really listened to the lyrics, but the video shows him rapping to another Samoan cat and two other African kids. And it's like, look at that. That's interesting. It's like, here's a Samoan and part of his squad of like young guns coming up in this video clip. If it was a true story, it's like he's got some Africans in there.
Yeah,
you know. So it's like, hey, man, it makes sense. It's like it's not us against them. You know. It's like we are us, and those dudes are them. You know, whether it's
like unite for the cause.
Yeah. You know, and I think that there's not enough of that being shown.
Okay, yeah.
I
mean, it's coming more now. Like YouTube channels, even like if we're talking about music itself, like 88 Rising. Yes. Like they support like the Asian kind of like artists coming up. Yeah. Like people like Rich Brian.
Who's that Chinese Indonesian chick in that on that label?
Not sure. Hey, the only person I know that's like come from there is Rich Brian.
Oh yeah,
or Rich Chigo, which is originally.
Yeah.
Actually, funny enough, when we were in Sydney, when I was with David and Russ, we were walking around Chinatown.
And he was there?
He was there, bro. Like, him and his entourage were there. Like, David saw it, was like, bro, that's Rich Brian. And I was like, who? And this guy, I'm like, I look through the crowd, because, fuck, it's in Chinatown in Sydney. Everyone's fucking Asian, right? I just see this one kid in, like, this mad tracksuit, and it has to be, like, some Supreme collab with something extra. Because you look at him, you look like he's got money. I walk around, and I'm like, fuck, that is him. It's Rich Brian. And I was just chilling in Sydney. And I had some, like, big white dudes, so I think he was just security guards or some shit. Yeah. But he was just there.
Bro, yeah. So here's another example.
It's crazy.
Here's another example. Imagine he was there for Destructive Steps. And imagine Destructive Steps and the Australian, the national community of dance were like, they fucked with, you know, Rich Brian. And then he came up, and for the finals, he did like 3 of his songs, like Hype, you know.
That'd be
But
mad.
then like it was like remix for battles, you know, or his tracks were already fire for battles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
True.
And then like in terms of business for Destructive Steps, not only are the competitors going, which makes the majority of the business, right? But you've got now all these other spectators who don't know nothing about Destructive Steps, but know about Rich Brian.
So they go there to see,
You know?
yeah.
And then, you know, it starts to introduce the communities to each other.
I wouldn't be surprised, man. If these steps goes the ways that it is right now and it grows. Like, shout out to Alice and DSDA and the team.
Yeah.
Is it Joe One?
Joe One and
Joe One as well,
Joe
yeah.
One,
The
and
founder Joe
everyone
One.
involved from before.
Like, it's crazy because it's like, as a dance event in like Australia goes, like, it's probably the only one that if I were to say like on the level of, let's say what Singapore has is RF Jam.
Yes.
Radical Force. Is Sydney's D Steps is probably one that's becoming towards that.
Yeah.
That level of competitiveness.
That's it.
The level of hype, even like just the size of the event.
That's exactly
so
it.
it's
Man.
over freaking 3 days. Like,
That's it.
Crazy.
That's
like
a
under
festival.
18s,
Yeah.
ladies' night, 2v2s, 3v3s,
Yep.
breaking and open styles.
Yep.
Like,
And Felix used to host some of them.
oh yeah, the
Yeah.
Radical Force guy.
Yeah.
Felix Huang. Was it?
Yeah, Felix Huang. So shout out to Felix.
Yeah.
$7, Radical Force.
Is he $7 as well?
Yeah, bro.
Oh shit.
Yeah, so he and I are the same batch.
Oh, you both are cooked.
No. We're parboiled, bro. When you're cooked, bro, that's it. Overdone, man.
overdone, yeah,
Like,
laters.
it needs to have that umami flavor.
Umami.
Like, if we were cooked, man, we wouldn't even be talking, but because we are that right amount of umami, you know? It's matured, bro. You know? Shout outs to Carl Sanchez, by the way. You know? You know, maybe at 15 we were cooked, but nah, we weren't overcooked. So, you know.
Fair enough. So
But-
you guys are pop. Yeah. Cool.
You know what I'm saying? He used to I'm pretty sure he did for sure. He was a host. He was one of the hosts. And you know, even Felix has come up, man. You know, like he invited us to, before Radical Force in 2006, there was an event called Floor Skills. And that was held at this do you know that skate park? I'm not sure if it's still there. There's a skate park in Singapore, near where Radical Force is.
Near Escape.
In the Escape, there's a skate park just around the corner. I think it's around the corner from there.
I'm not sure. Hey, maybe if it's still there, but
Yeah.
no.
So there was a plaza there, and they just held it at the front. You know, and
yeah. Is that like? It's like a big center at the bottom.
Yes.
It's like
Yeah.
Nah, it was still there. The plaza. I think that plaza. If we're talking about the same one.
Maybe
it's still there.
Yeah.
But no, not that I remember seeing, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, so that when he was doing that, he'd just come fresh from Australia, you know, and he'd learnt a lot from, like, he says it himself. He'll tell you that he learnt a lot from, like, some of the local b-boys in Sydney.
Oh, okay.
You know, and that's how we all ended up in $7. You know?
Yeah. Fair enough. Shit.
Then he just committed to making Radical Force anniversary a thing, and look how massive it is now.
True, because the 10th anniversary was what, last year? So that's what, 2018?
Yeah.
So it means okay, so in terms of timeline wise, that's when he's probably thinking about Radical Force and starting that shit.
So
Yeah.
2006 was when I think it was whatever anniversary it was.
Yeah,
you
fair
know?
enough.
Yeah, I think it was the 10th year of the event, but not the 10th year of their crew. Their crew's been around for ages.
I think Crew's been around, but RF Jam itself, Radical Force, is 10 years was last year.
Yeah.
Because remember I was going to go to that, but then I just changed because I decided to go to Japan.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah, like something like that, 10 years to get it to where it is. I mean, Sydney's already starting to have that draw. Like, you have, you know, judges like Wiggles, Why Not, freaking Narumi.
Yeah.
Fucking, who else is there?
They've had Storm.
Yeah, Becky as well
Becky.
from Dog Fam, and yeah, it's just like bringing down those international guests to bring the spotlight down here. That's sick.
That's it. And you know what's really interesting about that? And shout outs to Joe One again for the vision. But Joe One's cultural heritage is Korean, right? So that's why there's always a nice Korean contingency to the event in the past ones, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So like
that's why Jinjo and like Gambler
Gamblers
like, have come down last year
That's it, and they were always holding eliminations up there too, right?
to come down here.
Yeah, and even in Japan, You know,
shit,
they were.
okay.
That's why there was the Japanese contingency.
Yeah, I see.
you
I did
know.
see some Japanese crews last year as
Yeah.
well when we went to. So
Even when we went in 2016, you know, and the year that I remember the most, because it was like a heavy time for me, but I rocked up. I was supposed to go and check out my boys' battle, but one of the members bailed, right? So they're like, "Hey Lama, do you want to go?" I was like, "Bro, I was only meant to come to watch. I only came to watch you guys because you guys are like my favorite b-boys." They're like, "Bro, like you might as well enter." I was like, "All right, sweet, I'm
who's
original."
this?
He shall not be named.
Yeah, not the guy that bailed, but like the
I'll
crew.
tell. I'll tell. Oh yeah, it was MZ Carls. So
Oh,
MZK
okay, yeah.
and the Carls. Yeah.
Oh,
so
no.
it was,
Oh, okay.
So it was Katsu, B-Boy Nasa, and then I was the replacing guy. Yeah.
Oh, I think-
2014.
was that the one in the town hall?
No, it was in the gym in Ultimo, I think.
Oh, okay. Because I remember there was a battle with
The one in the hall was
Oh.
2016 when I won with Jack and Jiggy Jaya.
Jiggy Jar was 2016. Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
There was one that I watched. It was I think it was you and Yayo and.
That was the same year, but that was the breaking side.
Oh, this is open styles.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
so
okay.
I entered both, but there was this year where oh Dad, you going? All right, I'll open the gate. Hang on a sec.
Yeah, all good.
We'll be back. Just say whatever you want. Man.
He's fucking cooked. I'm not getting paid for this shit.
Hurry, inside. Hurry, inside. You can get run over. Let me grab the dog. Come here. Come out.
Bro, look, you're humping the dog now, bro.
It does look like that, doesn't it?
He's a dog humper. No, you're not. Yeah, that's all good.
So anyway, lead Moss crew.
League Moss crew.
Yeah, so lead Moss crew, right? Had this b-boy in it named B-Boy Rush, and Gamblers member. They had a good squad. They were like for the b-boys, they were the crowd favorite.
Okay.
You know, this is the era now where
What year was this? 2000 and...
maybe 14.
Fuck, okay.
Yeah, 2014.
That was when I wasn't dancing.
Oh shit, really?
Yeah, no. I'm
shit.
still quite new-ish.
Newish, yeah.
Especially to freestyle anyway. But
Yeah.
2014, fuck, okay.
So
Yeah,
2014, and we even battled Felix and our $7 squad before this battle against Lead Moss.
Okay.
And bro, like, I have to thank Joe One for having that contingency through, because he knows the skill level and the importance of having top tier dancers like that come here.
Okay.
And this dude fucking had to get money, rip money out of his ass, pull it out from somewhere to get these crews to come down.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? And had we not had that battle, right, then it's like I wouldn't have leveled up. They wouldn't have leveled up. They're definitely much better than us in terms, or me, right, in terms of skill level. Yeah, but they don't have what we have. That's why we beat them that day.
Oh,
You know
shit,
what I mean?
okay. Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know, you've
What
heard
year was that one? You said 2014, yeah?
Yeah, Lead Moss versus
I'm gonna
MZ
look it up.
Cals. It's a pretty hype battle, man.
D-steps, yeah?
Yeah, these steps. And so unfortunately the footage doesn't capture it, right? But there was a moment, yeah, like I was back in town because shit went down where I was living. And I just needed to unwind, you know, I needed to get out of the country. So I came back to Australia, and then I'm looking at this dude, and you know, B-boys, man, it's really staunch, you know, like they give you the stare down, whatever, yeah?
Yep.
And I'm looking at the dude, and I'm like, bruh, I just want to dance. In my mind, I'm saying this to myself in
Yeah.
my mind, bruh, I just want to dance, but I was playing it out. Because he was looking at me like this.
He's like all serious.
He was all staunch. And I just kept on staring at him, man. And mind you, a few dudes were put off by me that day because they're like, Lama, I haven't seen you in ages. And then when I go for the dap,
Yeah.
they realize I reeked of alcohol. Only because, right, I got there real early with Tofu, yeah?
Yeah, yeah.
Then we went to my boy Nitro Pop's house, right?
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah,
they had a party the night before.
So they had
right?
all this
So there's
alcohol
all
and
this
shit.
alcohol, and then there was a bottle of like Glenlivet or something, expensive
yeah.
whiskey.
You had a
And, bro,
control, mate.
It was only this much left, bro.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, I know today's gonna be a long day, and no one drinks, so I'm just gonna bring this, you know. And I'm just swinging it. By the time I get to the place, and he only lives in real close to Central Station, so it's only a short walk. To Ultimo. By the time I got there, I reeked of alcohol.
Because
right?
you're like,
yeah,
you're swigging.
I'm swigging, yeah. But bro, so I'm in a good spot. I'm in a good spot, and I'm staring at this dude. Yeah, it's like the battle's already started. Yeah, so I walk forward because my role in Fresh Socks. Yeah, excuse me, I'm having a bit of a rant here.
No, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. I'm trying to find the footage, but I'm listening. All
it's
good.
like all good. So I'm looking at him, and I'm the dude in the crew in Fresh Socks that they always send out first. Or I assume the role.
Because I remember you told me ages ago, you always like to go out first too, to set the pace.
To set the pace, yeah. Even if they're better,
yeah.
Like, and they feel like they can answer your shit. That's why most people don't go out first in a battle. It's like, I want to respond to your shit. I don't want to, like, it's almost like a sign of weakness that you don't want to go first.
Yeah.
When you look at it in that perspective.
It's true. But then sometimes now when you watch battles, it's like, it pays off to go second because then you know the track to beat kill.
Yeah.
But then I guess it's more like I feel like if you go first, it's like it shows you're ballsy or you got an attitude about you. Like you're like, no, I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna show you how it's done. Yeah.
And I used to actually mark that in my judging.
Yeah.
I've tried different, because there's no actual.
Speaking of which, right?
Yeah.
Josh Kun fucked me up in a battle like that once, bro.
Oh.
Like he saw me sizing up to go. As soon as I went out, he came out. He just killed me off on the beat, and I'm like, all right, you go first. I'm like, all good, mate.
This is what I'm talking about, man. There's strategies.
But that's strategies.
There's
Yeah,
always
yeah,
strategies.
yeah.
It depends if you go first or second. There's a benefit for both, you know. Anyway, so I'm already in the middle of the floor, yeah, and I'm looking at this dude, and he's eyeing me down, right?
He's like, yeah.
This dude, hands down, based on his skill, what I saw that day, he could roast the fucking shit out of me, bro. Easy.
Because like skill, like power, everything.
Everything, you know. He's good. He's I fucking hats off to him, because I can't train like that. You know what I mean? And I'm going, oh, and I got this, you know, dreary face on myself. I'm like, relax, man. It's all good. You know, don't worry about it, man. I'm doing that, and people in the crowd are laughing. You know, so I'm like, I'm already winning in my head. You know, I'm already getting the crowd on my side.
Do you think because like he was expecting, I guess, the attitude of his one to be also matched, but you were just like, eh.
I was diffusing.
Yeah, you were just like, this guy's still, they're like chill and laxadaisical about it.
Yeah,
like, yeah.
That's it. But I was eyeing him too.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
I was looking
but
at
you're
him
doing
like
it in
this.
a different way.
I was just like, bro, relax. And then, bro, you know what he did? And you hear this about from some boxers. Boxers go, you know, I stare him in the eye, and I stare him, and as soon as I see him look away, I know I already beat him. You know, like that's what Mike Tyson said.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like, you know that face off's like before they fight, and he's looking at him, you know, and then if you see the dude like this, it's like already psychologically you beat the guy.
Yeah, because the guy in his head.
Yeah. The guy couldn't keep up looking at you, you know. And that's what happened, bro. And as soon as he does it, and there probably is, there's I think 2 or 3 versions of that battle on YouTube.
Yeah.
But as soon as he does that, I go like this, and I look at the crowd, and I go, because it's like he never gave up. Like, staring at me hard, and then I rip it, yeah. And like my breaking that, it's like it's alright. I got a few cheers, but man, it's like.
But you psyched them out before.
Yeah,
you know.
Enough. And so I gotta thank Joe One and Destructive Steps for, you know, at least holding it down for the greater community, you know, because that's the kind of curation and business and, you know, events that need to happen to help this scene grow, you know.
100%.
You know?
No, that's what was crazy, man. Like seeing the level of everyone this year was crazy. Like I was telling you before, like I feel like everyone leveled up, and it made me question my own training. Ooh. Like that's how bad it was. I was like, fuck. Like, yeah, like it's crazy. Like, last year, for example, I'll be like, oh yeah, like I felt comfortable getting into top 16 or like making it through kind of thing. But this year, even in the prelims, I was like, dang, like I'm questioning like like myself and like my team.
Yeah.
And not even like doubting when we get in, like do our round, we watch other people's round.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, okay, this is psyching me out a little bit. That threw me off a little bit. Yeah.
Go into a bit more detail if you can.
Yeah, bro. Like, so I guess, same team, Vlad, myself, and David.
Yes.
You know, I think last year we entered as JOT Cross 40K, which is Jam on Toast, and For the Culture, which is Vlad's, he did a stint of workshops for Crump.
Sick.
Leading up into one of his events. I think it was. Something like that. And then this year we decided to enter, but we entered under one Vietnamese, an Indian, a Russian walk into a bar. Yeah. We're going to dress up as bananas as well. But then we're like, nah, it's too much. Would have been funny, but because it's like, who'd you guys lose to? The bananas.
Bro.
Or like, who'd you beat? The bananas, you know.
Bro, you know what? If you're king, right? For the record, yeah?
Yeah.
But it's also giving away our identity. But there's only minus 10 people now watching this, so it's all right.
Yeah, it's all good.
No one will know. But we should rock up in like, we'd have to modify it, yeah? But like, no wardrobe malfunction shit. It needs to be like, we actually have to practice and train in these outfits.
Okay.
But some kind of onesie costume, like, but legit, bro. Like, fuck, those are sick costumes, but like cosplay levels.
Yeah. Not like, oh, they're just wearing spandex.
Yeah. But like cosplay levels, but you know, like something, like I'll dress up as my dog, you know, like a Shiba Ken. It's like, oh look, it's a Dodge. And then, you know, I'll have much wow.
Much
like,
wow.
You know, like, yes, you know, old school, yeah, much wow. You know, and then, you know, you could be like fucking...
Like a bird or some shit.
Yeah, you know, cockatiel. And then you've got the full, like a mohawk, like a full feather.
Fuck.
And so every time you do your head moves, the cockatiel bit goes. And then we'll get mad complaints because we'll kill the event. And it goes like, oh man, they had an advantage because they wore costumes. It's like, dickhead, that's what this whole culture is about. You're meant to wear the fucking freshest shit. And we wore the freshest shit, you know. I came out as a much wow Dodge, and by then my dad bod will be out to here. So
bro, you should get that shirt, right? You know, it's like the monkeys doing this.
Yeah.
And people like, looks like if it's like blowing something.
Oh.
Bro, you should get that, bro.
Yo, and then imagine setting it up and then...
Yeah. Like, kill off.
Anyways, so as bananas, but then why were you shook? Why were you psyched?
Psyched because of the level, bro. So like when we got there, like chill day, like I think it was like second day we were on the Saturday, and it was fucking early, like 10:30, fucking rock up. Yeah. And you know, dances like 10:30 prelim is like unheard of, you know. And it's not shade at D-Step, so it's just like fuck. As dancers, you train late, you eat late, you wake up late, like unless you're like 6 a.m. disciplined dude, like whatever. But we get there, and you know we see everyone. We know we're chilling, we're just hanging out, and then prelims start. You know how prelims is, oh fuck, I feel whack. You know, like it's always your first rounds that are whack. So then that made me question if I'm gonna be through, if our team's gonna get through, you know. And then we sit there watching. I think maybe this is where it fucked us up, or fucked me up, because I was watching everyone's prelim. That's when I was like, shit, they're a team, or that person's in that team. Oh man, that was a mad routine. Like you just see and you watch, right?
Yep.
And then you kind of get psyched out because you kind of like, you doubt your own round because you're your own best critique or worst critique, I should say.
Yes.
And then you're just watching, you're like, shit, like that guy's fucking leveled up. He's good. And then you start doing the numbers in your head, right? Like, nah, man, like they're definitely in. That's 15 spots left. They're in. That's 4 spots left, and you're like, oh, maybe. Yeah. So we get through. I'm like, okay, cool, that's cool. And then we verse, I think it was like our mate Chris Gusty and two other lockers in there as well.
Chris Gusty, who's Chris Gusty again?
Popper.
Oh, I think I know Chris Gusty.
Yeah. Famous dude. No, he's not famous. No, he's super famous.
Yeah.
So we battle him and we get taken out in top 16. And then every single battle after that, I'm watching and I'm just like, fuck, it just keeps going. And then it gets to the end where it's like, you have top tier teams. Like, for example, you got like Jiggy Jaya, Jack and Enna as one team. So it's like kind of like your old team. And then you have people like Keanu, Meijun and Daisuke.
Oh.
Like, yeah, like so you got like one of the best poppers, one of the best lockers, and one of the best hip hop dancers together. Yeah, Team Shiba Inu, I think they're called. Yeah.
There we go. See, I should be their mascot. I should just stand on the side when we're not battling, right? And they're like, they don't know who we are. You got to be in character the whole time. Yeah. And then they're like, all right, well he's Shiba Inu, so
and you just run out.
And then, but then when we battle, it's like, we meet them in the finals. It's like the mascots versus
mascots.
So whoever else is going to be in our squad, they also need to represent Majun, you know, and Daisuke and fucking
Keanu.
Wadanalu.
Yeah, Wadano, that's it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was like those guys, like that team, and then you see like other teams that pop off, like Buggy Bumpers. They're another team that was really dope, like the Light Feet like crew.
These are majority Sydney?
Sydney, yeah. So these are just Sydney crews for now, and then Melbourne crews get taken out, I think mainly in top 16 or top 8 from memory. But then you have like it's still crazy. And then there was I can't remember what the crew was, but I think they're from Queensland. I think it was like Girl Blue or something like that. But there was this group of very young girls, and man, like it was so hard to watch because it was like so many people. But like one of them was like a hip hop dancer, I'm pretty sure, and one was like a crumper. But man, like they ripped it as well. And I was like, fuck, as kids, like you guys, that's future right there, right?
Yeah.
And then you have one team where it's I don't know if you know B-Boy Taz.
Yes.
Yeah, him teamed up with Shuddy and Warp.
Oh,
yeah. So 2 crumpers and a B-Boy. They were one team. But they, man, like wrecked it as well.
Oh, Shutdown.
Shutdown. Yeah. So that group was one too that I was like, fuck. And like each round they threw was fire as well. So there was all these teams that were coming through and I'm like, fuck, like you feel the pressure and the heat from it. It's like, shit, these guys are like sick. So when we get taken out, all good, and we just got to enjoy the day, chilling, seeing friends. But then we kept watching the battles as they progress, and man, like it just kept getting crazier. Yeah, like just getting crazier each time. So it was inspiring to see.
Yeah.
That also sort of triggered me to be like, fuck, I need to train.
Yes.
You know, and like
yes,
it's like another level, and that's why when I look back in Melbourne scene, it's like fuck, like we need a push as well. Like we really need a push.
It, man. No, that's what I like to hear, bro. And that's the whole point of having consistent events. And having, you know, that collective mentality of we all need to get good, you know? Like, that should be one of the main agendas of any of the events.
100%.
Like, people should be going to these events to level up.
To level up,
you know? And speaking of which, you brought up an interesting point, man, about, you know, how sometimes you feel that your first runs are whack. Why do you think ciphers are very important at the start of an event then?
Fucking warm up is one.
Yeah.
But also just I guess now it's always focused on battling. Like, not a bad thing. Like, you enter a battle to battle.
Yeah.
Fuck, fair enough, right?
But how are you gonna warm up properly if you're not already trying to like warm up like you're in your first elimination round?
True. I guess it's weird though, because like when you know it's prelim, mentally you kind of already kind of psyched yourself or convinced yourself we're not gonna get eliminated. Yeah, I just do my best for this one, and I don't have to battle someone. Yeah, if you know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
But then the moment you hear it's all right, top 16 elimination.
Yeah.
Fucking, I'm gamed. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
But then it's like turning that on and off is. I mean, I'm still struggling because I feel like I'm still trying to learn my battle mode and whatever. Yeah. But like that's a good point. It's like warming up is very important.
Yeah.
But like apart from stretching, jumping in to do a few ciphers, whatever, like that's fine. But I think even the setting of where D-Steps was...
The tense this year, yeah?
Tense this year, only because of the weather, apparently. From what I heard, if it didn't rain, fuck, it rained like Friday, Saturday, and Thursday. But Sunday was beautiful. Nice. Sunny skies and clear skies and everything. Beautiful. But I think there wasn't meant to be any tents. But regardless if there was, I think if it was more like a party vibe, like let's say something like RF Jam's beach party, for example. It was like that, and then there was like a cypher, just chilling, and then the battles happen. I feel like I'll probably be able to warm up and be more relaxed.
That's it.
Because it was a battle, you know, you're kind of stuck in that mentality. Where events that I've been to or hosted myself, like cross styles, or been to, such as like, I think Ruben did one at Section 8 and one at Third Day as well.
Yes.
Neighborhood Funk. Yeah, that one. Yeah. That was at Third Day, which is a bar. Section 8, which is another bar. Yeah. But those places encourage you to just dance socially. Yeah. So you're not focused on, I've got to battle, got to warm up, so I've got to, you know, fucking pop as hard as I can. Yeah. Test my set on the ground, whatever, right? Yeah. But then something like D-Steps, because it's like, I feel because of the setting of the battle, I don't warm up properly because it's like, I'm in that mode of like, no, it's a battle. Like, you can't just let loose.
Exactly.
Yeah, let loose, which is, you know,
which is normal, man.
Which is normal.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
yeah.
that's why when if you ask me that, it's like, that's why I feel like with prelim rounds, and you ask everyone, like, it's funny because like you'll stand on the side and then you'll see someone you know and you're like, oh yo, I liked your round. Like, oh no, it's pretty whack, you know. And then like, I really like your round. You're like, nah, it's pretty whack. Yeah. So it's funny because everyone has that same feeling.
Yeah. That's the conversation, isn't it?
Conversation. Exactly.
And I think, you know, that might also be the cursor. Oh, poor dog's ears are itchy.
Yeah. It's going to town.
Yeah, it's going to town. Hey. Yeah. Is that, you know, that's probably where a change could be made if wanted.
Yeah.
You know, because I remember for me, my personal gauge was, right, as soon as you rock up to the event, even if it used to be common in our era too, where you rock up to the event and the middle where the jam's supposed to be is completely empty and everyone's on the outskirts sitting down doing their stretches. I'm like, cool, you got to warm up. I get that, but that's something you should have already been doing before you got to the event.
Okay.
You know, you should already be nimble and ready to go.
You
know, you're not going to go to work and be like, I'm going to warm up. Like, you know, you can't.
You have to sign in and be ready.
Sign in ready to go, you know what I mean?
True.
So if you think about that, or if you're a professional, you're rocking up to the event or to your gig early. But then let's say you're doing a gig at a bar mitzvah or some shit, you know, and you've got no room.
Yeah.
Right? They haven't allocated you like a green room for the talent.
Yeah.
Then where are you going to stretch? In the fucking car park? You might as well stretch before you get there.
Yeah.
You know, have a good warm up, do a few runs, you know, like throw the body on the floor a couple of times.
Yeah, sort of get yourself before you get to the event.
The event, so because once it's time, bang, you got to give your best performance.
That's true.
And so what I used to do, and thank God the rest of Fresh Stocks did it too, you know, and I think that's why we worked great as a crew and a team back in the day, is we'd be in there and we were those dudes.
Okay.
We'd come in and we're already ripping it. And then I would get to the point, because it's always that first, you know, couple of rounds or, you know, that first half hour you are till that event actually starts, where there's a massive cool down period. Yeah. So instead we would just push it till we get to vomiting point and then just like muck around here and there, you know, so that you're always warm.
Yeah.
And then when you get up on stage, it's not like,
so you're not restarting yourself.
Yeah, you're not like there, like, okay, I haven't done my first round yet, you know. You're already like, I've done 10 rounds already. Yeah. You know, and it's like, all right, cool. So this...
I've already got my like, all the nerves out or the whack stuff out, you feel, The
adrenaline's already kind of running, you know. And if anything, it's more amplified now because this is the crucial point.
Yeah.
If you don't perform now, then you've traveled all the way from another city only to get knocked out in eliminations.
Yeah,
you know, it's not even top 16 yet.
Yeah, no,
you know what I mean?
You don't want to be that guy.
You don't want to be that
team.
And then bail early. So, this is a fucking whack event. Fucking they didn't vote for me. Oh, it's because they hate MZK. It's like, no, that doesn't work. You know.
Yeah,
that's not an excuse. You know, like.
No, it's a good point though, because it's like, I think, apart from being very early, but you're right. It's like, I remember waking up. I'm like, Siebes, let's just go to internet cafe, play Left 4 Dead, you know, for the whole weekend, you know. I'll be good with that, you know. Like, I remember Dave was like, let's just go internet cafe. I'm like, bro, down. Like, it's like shit like that. So mentally, I felt like I was already kind of defeated. Because I was already like, Siebes can't be fucked.
Hey, it is like that.
Yeah.
Bro. It is like that.
So I felt like this year when I came in, I wasn't going in with like a winning mentality or like the idea of I'm going to smoke people, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I kind of was already like, nah, whatever.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, you know what? Good experience, like this year, like positives all around. And that's why I always tell people, like, go to D-Steps. It's fucking crazy. Like the amount of people that they get through, the international people that they bring down and that actually come through as well. It's like sick. Like you have people from like Marcus and Rach from Singapore. You have people like Wiggles, Why Not? Again, those guys holding it down too. So if you don't get inspired from that, it's like, fuck, I don't know what else you can get inspired from. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, the battling scene in Sydney is crazy, as you already know. It's so consistent.
Yeah.
You know? Where Melbourne, we have like battles every like couple months. We have maybe one at most. Bro, or 2 months we have one.
That trips me out, man, because there was a moment where there were a lot of events. And then I guess...
Yeah, like 3 in one day.
Yeah. Well, like last week. Yeah. But I mean...
But I was shattered. I missed out, man. I was like so sick. I had work, and then I'm like, yeah, nah.
Yeah.
If I went, I would have like, nah.
That's real life, isn't it? That's real life. But I think, man, like, I don't know if people do this. Like, I learned this from Katsu, and I realized, like, Big Boy Katsu, yeah, and I realized that it's just how culture is, you know. Maybe we're so relaxed here, we don't think about it. But every time Katsu used to visit, Katsu is the life of the party. He's like one of the brightest members of our squad or our squads, you know. We're in 3 separate squads, you know. So I'm always with this dude, you know. Yeah. It's sick. That's my big brother there, right? But once he came to training, bro, and we were already training, we're throwing down. And when you dance, it's like you go out and then the next dude comes out and it's like, yeah, sick. Especially when it's your boys. And then it's just kind of like, hey, look what I've come up with. It's like you're showing off, but in a good way.
In a good way, yeah.
Amongst your boys. So we're doing that, and then Katsu's doing the same. Then Katsu just decides, call you out. Boom. Then you're going 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds. This dude's got stamina for days. And he's a fucking chain smoker as well, this guy. Yeah.
So it makes no sense whatsoever.
Well, yeah, you know, so like, yeah, you might get cancer, but like if you're training like a mad cunt, like he must do that because he's just too hype all the time. Hype, you know? Then he'll call the next member out. And I think in one session, because he was here for our Fresh Socks anniversary, he called out like 10 dudes and did multiple rounds. And it made me think, it's like we're all at the peak of our fitness. And this dude's the oldest cat in the room.
And he's still like...
And he's better than everyone, you know? With moves. You know, it's like... Because in breaking, the rule is you don't repeat, you know?
Yeah,
like
that's why they do this.
Yeah, that's why twice, you know? And, man, I'm guilty of repeating because I don't train in terms of moves and skills.
Yeah.
I just dance.
I'm assuming that's like a Japanese like Asia... training mentality though.
Oh yeah,
like train for hours and shit.
And they create like motherfuckers, you know, like there is a massive international vocabulary that just comes from Japan alone. Shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Katsu just battled 10 people and not repeat and shit.
And then like he's throwing jokes, and then we chill for a bit, and then he goes again and he calls out dudes again, and it's like. Us being us, like, fuck off, Katsu. Can't be fucked anymore, man.
But at the same time, you're kind of like, oh, fuck, he's calling me out.
Yeah, you know? And it's like, it was like a kick up the ass during those days, you know? And there's part of me that really misses that. But, you know, eventually we'll get back to that, hopefully, you know?
Fuck, that's crazy.
Yeah, man.
But I guess that's like, with him, like, especially at those battles, though, if you have people like that, that makes you want to do that shit. Like go round for round or at least cipher with your heart. Because I remember I was at Combreak.
Yes.
I remember sitting there just warming up. I think it was Tafire and this Japanese guy or Singaporean. I don't know who it was, but it was Tafire and some Asian guy.
Yeah.
And they were just going round for round. And it was like he'll come in maybe like 2/8, 3/8, do something cool, come out. And it was all clean. Nothing like power. If it was power, it wasn't like just focused on it. They're doing their thing, jump in, jump out, jump in, jump out. And they did it for like 4 rounds, and then someone tried to cut in. They're like, no, we're battling right now. Like, stay out of it. And the guy's like, no, it's a cipher. It's like, no, just stay out. And then this other guy had to explain to the guy, no, let them do it. Let them do their thing. It's just like warm up cipher.
Yeah.
So they're doing like 5 or 6, 7 rounds at least.
Fuck.
And then they came out, and it wasn't like they were going like hard. They were just like showing like, look at my skill set.
Yes.
In a way, yes. Like I'm not powering through this shit.
Yes.
I can just do it. Yes. You know what I mean? So I was like, fuck, this is crazy. Because I remember just warming up, being like, fuck, I stretched like this for the longest time because I was like, what the fuck's going on? You know, it's just mad. Yeah. So I remember watching that. I'm like, that was sick. Like it wasn't like, windmill, head spin. No, it was like fucking clean footwork, clean top rock. And I was like, yo, and they did that for like 8 rounds, 7 rounds or something like that.
Bro, that's what's up, man. That's what's up, you know, and that's really like...
And that was just warm up.
And that's just warm up.
That's just warm up.
You know what I mean? So if that kind of story reaches out to the right people, then there is no reason why we can't rock up to an event like Destructive Steps and be able to bring the heat. It's just maybe that's not happening often enough, or you know, there has been no sense of like pressure or, you know, intention. There's no intention to like level up like that. But like that's the problem with training. If you're just training, or if you're just going out to the bars and clubs and just dancing, you know, it only fulfills a certain point.
Yeah.
You know, and
unless
really
you're training at like 120%, you can exert that in a battle or a jam.
In a real situation.
I can't remember like who it was, but like there's a crumper. His name is Hood Ian.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one that took out Crossstyles 1v1 and the 2v2.
What?
Yeah, both categories. And I can't remember who told me, but like, or I think if he said it in like a class that he taught here, but he was, I think, telling the class. I think I heard it from David. He was like saying when he trains, like he trains at on an emotional level. I think it was, or like he trains at like 100%.
Yeah.
You know, so that way his body or his mentally he's used to it.
Yeah.
Again, I can't remember if I heard that right or if I was quoted, but it was something along those lines.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, true, because if you just go out and jam, you're just gonna dance like that.
Exactly.
So you can't really expect to perform like that in a battle.
Exactly.
Yeah. Or vice versa. If you train to battle, you can't jam. Because fuck, if you only know battling, it's like, why are you dancing with me?
Yeah.
Only dance at you. It's like...
Yeah. Or you coming in when the vibe's chill, like when Tafaya and that other dude was battling each other.
Yeah.
And then you come in and went...
Yeah, and you're just like, no, bro.
Relax.
Calm down, my son. Legit. But no, it's crazy because like that's why, for example, D-Steps, it made me think like, I don't train for battles like how Sydney does. Or I don't train my foundation like how they do. Fuck, I barely even train at all, if I could even say, because I'm fucking lazy shit. Bro, like, you know, like with Sydney, you always see them like training, like popping, like especially more the popping scene.
Yeah.
I can't really talk about the hip hop scene or like breaking scene, but I always see them at Studio 2.5 at like Crossover.
Yeah.
And they're always like, pa, pa, pa. And I'm like, mad respect, because I can't do that shit, because I get bored as fuck.
Yeah.
I look at myself like in the mirror for like 2 seconds, I'm like, fuck, ugly cunt. And I'm dancing like, I'm bored already.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that discipline is something I don't have.
Yeah.
But when I see them do that, I'm like, no wonder I'm getting smoked. You know what I mean? Yeah.
They're definitely preparing themselves for that kind of scene, and it's only because it's there.
Yeah.
It's there. If we had that here, this be the same thing.
Yeah.
You
Well,
know what I mean?
Speaking of events, right? I remember Alice, the one that is looking at the D-Steps now, she posted up a status. Let's see if we can find it. She listed down all these events in Sydney, like just battles alone. I think it was like just for June?
Yeah.
Or May to June, around there.
Yeah.
I can't, it's like a while now, but it's like at least 20 events.
Ooh.
20 to at least 20 events, and I'm not even exaggerating. It's like
Damn.
Saturdays, Sundays, Fridays, you know, during the week, Wednesdays, or for unis as well. It's like, for them to be that organized between, and to be aware of each, like, event that's running, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, and throwing it back to, I think it was Gin, right, who wrote that status. When House of Fields was on with uni sessions and Run the World.
Yes.
Like, that crossover.
Yes.
For me, good call out that he made, because it kind of put the spotlight on organizers. And I get it too, because I'm an organizer for Crossstyles now.
Yeah.
And I get that, because it's like the worst thing you want to do is jeopardize your event and also someone else's event.
Exactly.
Because it's like, fuck, we're both got the same audience.
Yeah.
But I don't want to divide your audience to come to mine, or vice versa.
Exactly.
Right? But then Sydney, right, they've got 20 events in the month or in 2 months. But nothing's overlapping. If it is, it's after or before it.
Yep.
Very well done. Right. So when Gian called that out, I was like, it's a fair point. But it's very rare it happens in Melbourne, though.
That's exactly it.
So on that particular Saturday, 3 events was on. And it's like, shit, that's busy for Melbourne.
What was it? A uni
Sessions first.
Then
Run the World. Yeah.
Run the World by
and then House of Fields.
House of Fields. Shout outs to all of them, by the way, for, you know, making that happen. But at the same time, happen on the same day.
Yeah.
And there's a word for that. And not throwing shade on the organizers. It's just how things happen.
Yeah.
You know, but by chance.
And it could be like venues. Like, I mean, what people don't get.
Yeah.
And especially those that don't organize events. And it's not even ignorance, I would say. It's just the things that is considered when making an event. And you would probably know this too. Little things like getting the day set depends on the venue.
Yeah.
1.
Yeah.
Making sure your DJs aren't going to be there. That's 2.
Yeah.
Making sure you can get flyers done.
Yep.
Freaking people, if you're dancing at the event, you need to have people judging.
Yes.
People who are going to be showcasing.
Yes.
Helpers who are free to help. Like, shit like
Volunteers,
that takes
et cetera.
so long.
Yeah. That's human resources and logistics.
Yeah.
You
And
know?
that's the shit behind the scenes that a lot of people don't see. They don't hear.
Yep.
They just know the event happens and they just go. which is cool. But the amount of time it takes for that shit to be prepared is a long time. So for the events to line up all on one day, that's crazy. For one in Melbourne, it's like, fuck, 3 events in one day. That's crazy. Yeah. Sydney, I reckon if you say that to someone, that's like any other week.
Exactly.
Yeah. But I remember there was something where when Geen called it out, and maybe through what he said, helped with Ruben and Miyaka, because I think uni sessions was on during the day till about 5 or 4 or something like that. And that was fine because it didn't overlap.
Yeah.
But it led into Run the World and House to Fields.
Yes.
But I think what overlapped was Run the World's battle ran with the set times for House to Fields for, I think, 2 people, I think.
Yeah.
But I think after that, when Gian posted up that status, maybe a couple of days after or a week later, I think I saw a post from Montanassa saying, just to let you guys know, the battles finish at 8 p.m. so you can enjoy House to Fields. And that was cool. I was like, sick.
Yeah.
Like whether Gian had that effect on that and the people liking, commenting, also showed their support for it, helped push Ruben as an organizer, or whoever helped him organize that, or whoever reached out to Miyaka and said, hey, just let you know, these battles finish at this time, so that way your dancers can make there. That's sick. Because I think the judges was Mad Fox, Ari, and I can't remember the third one. But then there were other dancers that I think from the videos, I think Josh Kuhn was battling with his missus. I think Sanaka with Tofu.
Yes.
Pretty sure it was. And I think Gian entered with Alina, his little homie. So they got to at least enjoy the battles, and then Gian had to go and DJ as well.
Yeah.
So he was able to make both. Well, actually, he made all 3 because he took out uni sessions with David and Russ as well. So that he battled throughout the day and then DJ. Yeah.
Sick.
Shout out to the Scooter Boys. You know?
See, when things are happening like that, that's how an ecosystem operates. You know, and that's, I think, what they need to get that word out. That word's been floating around in different fields and industries, you know, for a minute now. But the ecosystem for dance battles and dance events needs to happen.
Yeah.
You know, because when it's not, you know, I learned this word back in my Daiso days when I was working for them. But it's like...
You worked for Daiso?
Yeah, I worked for Daiso. I worked for one of the franchisees.
Fuck.
But what's funny is there was the franchisees operating in Melbourne, plus the official Daiso running the company here as well. Because originally they just franchised it out to franchisees, whoever, just to test the Australian market.
Yep.
Right? But then they hopped in as well. When you do that, what happens is you cannibalize your same market. Yeah. But it's 2 separate companies.
But they think it's all the one.
But they all think it's the same one. So it's like, oh, you work for Daiso. Oh, do you do the one in what's an example? The one on Flinders Street. It's like, no, that's not our franchise. Yeah. Our franchise is the one in Doncaster. Or Burke Street.
Yeah. You know? Okay.
And so you cannibalize. You're cannibalizing your own. Yeah. Industry, your own audience, your own customer base.
Yeah, so it's like referring to what I said before. It's like you don't want to divide the audience or the customers of your event for another mate's event as well. Yeah. Like it was there was another event, Battle Royale, the one coming out where Vlad's organising in November, I think 23rd, I think it was. We were planning to do another event under the Cross Style team, so myself, Andy and David. Yes. We were planning to do it in November too, but we knew end of November was a good time, or October, but we didn't want to fuck up Vlad's event because of it. Whether we do it in the same weekend or we do it after or on the same day, like that. Like we're like same day, no. Like you don't want to kind of like drain people out. Yeah. Like, you know, battle fatigue. Yeah. Yeah. Because that one, like, Vlad's a good friend of ours, and we support his event, so we don't want to fuck that shit up. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like that awareness as an organizer to, I guess, one, pick a date. Is there any other events that's going on? But then it's also your awareness in the community that, hang on, last year was this event. Are they running it? I don't know. Let me hit them up. Yeah. Kind of thing. I think it only takes someone to be aware of other shit that's going on if you're very embedded in the community. Exactly. So when someone comes in and organizes a battle and it's whack, why is it whack? Because they're out of touch. Exactly. Yeah. Like, this is what I heard from people too. It's like that, I think some old school breakers organized some events. Yeah, like I heard that was whack.
Oh, it's a girl! Everyone make noise! But that's the generation difference.
Yeah, generation difference.
You
And
know?
I get it because I wasn't there, so I can't really speak. I just hear it from what people tell me.
Yeah.
It was like late as well.
Yeah.
Really late, poorly run. But these things happen because people who run it maybe don't know what's best for the dancers, or they're just not sure how to pace the event.
Yeah.
I'm not sure because I wasn't there.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what it is. You know? And they actually said to me, it's like, oh, we don't, we don't know, so I need you to tell us. You know, I was like, oh, not to throw shade on them, but they're from the 80s.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then they haven't
Different
been
time,
and they haven't been. They weren't active in the 2000s. I only heard about them last year.
Shit.
I should know about these dudes.
Yeah.
Because like we should know about our OGs, but they were just hidden in plain sight.
Shit.
Because no one else mentioned them.
Yeah,
Our OGs didn't mention them.
Fuck.
You know, and so this is how things have changed. You know
So they kind of was just really removed, came back out of nowhere.
out of nowhere. Yeah. I mean, look. In their defense, one of the main organizers of that event, who was the MC as well, he runs an incredible cover band with his wife, and they sing like classics.
Oh, okay.
You know, funk covers, Prince, MJ, Stevie Wonder, and they're great as a duo. Just like a keyboard, two mics, and like a tambourine or some shit, and it sounds sick.
Yeah,
you know, they're really good. But then, this is what I mean. It comes back to that conversation, with Rich Chigga, with Brian. It's like, if these different communities were in touch still, and that those levels of those conversations were open and interactions, then we'd have a much richer scene.
100%.
I think that would be the advantage of Melbourne. But I want to jump back to that thing about, you and like doing the event perhaps around the same time with Battle Royale, bro. I think, bro, if you think about it like this, and this is not really disclosing any secrets, but it's just logic, yeah? It's like, okay, what's a standard event cost these days?
Fuck. I would say budget-wise, you're ranging between 500 to 1,000, if not around. You're hovering around there,
right?
Depending on what you're working with.
Okay, so then you, just based on that and based on numbers that come through, you might want to charge anywhere between $10 to $20 at the door.
Yeah.
Right? So let's just say here are two...
And usually you only break even or lose money.
Right?
If you make a profit, it's like, not much.
Not much.
Yeah. You're not going to be like living in like...
Yeah.
Fucking in Turak.
Well, mind you, let me quickly insert this one, yeah? B-boys hate the word breakdance, yeah? Or they should, because of the history of the word breakdancing. Breakdancing as an umbrella put popping, locking, as pop locking, and then
Pop and lock.
B-boy in all of that.
Okay, yeah.
Or breaking and all of that. So then breakdance became all of those things. And then dressed in, the fashion of the 80s, crop tops and,
Which is what you wear.
Cars.
Yeah, crop tops. Yeah.
When I stretch.
Yeah, when you stretch. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Just to put on record.
There's something about the air on my belly. And my viewers like it. You should see my DMs. Nah.
Whoa, fuck. I'm just here for one podcast, bro.
Hey, dude, sorry, man, I don't lean that way, but thank you, And by the way, I've got a daughter and I've got a missus, so.
But I'll hit you up next time.
But like maybe in another life,
What?
So, anyways, bro, like we changed deliberately, and even the judges brought it up. Yeah, we changed the Australian B-Boy Championships, right? But mind you, it was a crappy fly. It was done on Microsoft Word.
Back then.
Back then. Like, we paid people to do flies back in the day, and it cost money, you know what I mean? It still does. But we just like, fuck this, we'll just get this out, right? A5s, it's just handed out, And we called it the Australian Breakdance, then in bracket B-Boy Championships. And we held it at the old Montanassa, which is called MMA.
Back then.
Yeah, next to Vic Market.
Wasn't that like next to the bathhouse or something?
Yeah, no. Yeah, further up.
Oh, okay.
Further up.
Yeah,
it was on Victoria.
I've only
and
heard about
Elizabeth.
this because even when I started in choreography, like everyone just talk about MMA. I'm like, I don't know what the hell MMA is.
Because Dance to Excess was the family there.
Oh,
JD's
okay. Yeah.
Crew,
I heard that. Yeah.
So check this, right? So fuck, bro. There was a line up the front. It was raining. We deliberately did it on a Saturday early afternoon, like 1 p.m, because we knew we could possibly get the Vic Market crowd in.
Oh,
right?
okay. Yeah.
And back then too, making a profit was not a thing. It was always break even or a loss.
Yeah.
Bro, we made, between the 3 organizers, 500 profit.
Each?
No.
Oh, okay. I was like, fuck.
That'd be sick.
Like, what do you guys do that we ain't doing?
Yeah. Bro, and we only...
But that's good.
It's good, right? And we only charged $10. But this is the thing, right? The judge was Legacy and Flea Rock, right? Because they were on tour with Gwen Stefani.
Oh, okay.
Right? They were Gwen Stefani's backup dancers. And they also had Steeler. And, had we had more of a budget and had we, vibe more with what Steeler was doing at the time.
Yeah,
you know, like, we would have got him too. But, yeah. So, plus our contact, who's the founder of the actual Australian B-Boy Championships. He was on hiatus. Like, he was taking a break. So we asked him, and he's like, yeah. So he just came down to host. But his contact, he had the direct contact to those dancers. So he got him. But during the comp, he goes, hey, guys, we just want to address something. This shouldn't be called, you've actually written it here in brackets. Oh, okay, well, I don't really need to say this then. But it's like, well, our art is not called breakdance. It's b-boying or b-girling,
Yeah.
And he made a point of time. And their judges showcase was fucking off its tits, man. Because they're from Street Masters crew. And they do some crazy shit together, But, like the whole point of bringing that up to insert to what you're saying, it's like, yes, we need to be aiming at least breaking even, never a loss, basic business, principles, and then try and increase the profits little by little just to keep it sustainable, you know what I mean?
100%. Yeah.
But what if you went and hit up Vlad and be like, Vlad, what if you charge 10, we charge 10, you do Saturday, we do Sunday, or we do Friday, you do Saturday, and then we'll join the after party together, bang, and then you're already thinking it's already a joint partnership.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's hard. But, then at least it's like you can tackle the market in one hit like that.
Yeah, 100%.
And then make sure you hit up all these other organizers. Like, guys, sorry, we need to block out this whole weekend, you know. But if you do have an event for next week or beforehand, then maybe we can cross promote.
Yeah, 100%. That's crazy because in terms of cross promoting, in terms of like between art forms, my mate who you've probably seen the Instagram Mid Official. MID.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a good friend of mine in high school that's running that right now. His identity will not be named because that's how he runs it.
Where?
Mid stands for Melbourne's identity. So his goal, he told me, and if he'll correct me if I'm wrong, but it's Melbourne's identity in terms of art, fashion, dance, music, anything that's Melbourne related that needs to be showcased. He'll use that platform to bring them up. So he'll bring people to TLP. He brought people to the block party. He brought people to events like which one was it? Was the name put? He came to like a dance event that was on as well. Like he'll bring people to those events because he wants to showcase it.
That's what's
and
up.
Then he'll keep me informed of any music, any art, fashion kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So his goal entirely is to bring Melbourne together purely on art forms. So rather than just being like we're all separate, we can work together. That's what he's on right now.
Yeah, I fucks with that.
Yeah. So that's why I agree with you. It's like, fuck, that's hard. But you're right. If you're trying to make it sustainable where, one, you're trying to please everyone as well. Because mind you, making an event is hard to make it a good event.
Yeah.
Yeah. To make, like, you've gone to whack battles before. I've gone to whack battles as well. And it happens. Like, you can't blame, you can blame organizers all you want. But then if they do it again, you learn from that shit.
Exactly.
You make it better.
Exactly.
So to have an after party as well, fuck, all that shit takes a long time to organize.
Look, we might as well, bro. You just opened a whole nother can of fucking worms. You fucking bastard. Let's just see how we're going for time. We're not even recording.
Are you serious?
I don't know what happened, bro. But we'll record again. Wow.
That's alright. We still got the sound, right?
Yeah, we got the sound. Fuck me. Man.
Fuck, I could have scratched my nuts all the time.
Yeah. Nah, shit. Fuck. Sorry about that, bro.
That's alright.
Amateur shit. But alright, look.
And we're back.
And we're back. Let me just see how we're going for time. Since it wasn't recording, let me just quickly see what's the time.
Actually, let me pee, bro. Fuck. Pee, bro.
That is...
I had a feeling it was recording.
You should have said something.
No, I was like, it's like that man, the idea is like, nah, no way it's recording.
No way it's recording. Yeah. Yeah, let me check this.